Well, not highlights, lowlights.
Well, highlights for half of them, for half of the teams.
You know what? I'm happy for Atlanta.
Kyrie Irving started tonight.
You know, Ernie, it just looked like Atlanta was mentally defeated out the opposite of a tough loss. They didn't have a good game tonight, but they had a very good season. Take your hat off to the Hawks, and Atlanta fans really came out this year. But congratulations, Atlanta Hawks, but it's all about the Cavaliers right now.
Yeah, you know, I talked about this at halftime. Kenny knows this. That it factor is just, you know, it's just something in the air. When your opponent is really something hard to beat, they had guys coming off the bench playing well. This is just that time. I'm really, you know, excited for the city of Cleveland, really excited for LeBron. It was just that time, Kenny, that it factor.
Yeah, it's that time. And, you know, the one thing that separates great NBA players, regular ones, we always talk about the confidence. But when you don't have a light at the end of the tunnel, it is very difficult for an NBA team to play with the same intensity. And that's what happens to the Hawks. Some people might say it's quitting, but the realization when they got up about 9, 12 points, the realization that their season was over, you've never been in that position. You don't know how that feels. And so it's difficult to come back in that.
Yes, it is.
It's not quitting, it's more of defeat.
It's just not your turn, Kenny.
Without question. So hats off to the Hawks.
Yes,
Great
they
season.
did well.
How about that by Tristan Thompson at the end of the first quarter, 32-20.
Tristan Thompson, man, has just been a beast since he got in the starting lineup. He's a terror on the offensive boards. This was just a complete win by the Cavaliers. They dominated. They didn't give the Hawks any confidence.
Yeah, and then JR, you know, step back.
He likes that contested three.
I've seen that before, Kenny. Vernon Maxwell, when he had that it back, he used to do the same thing. And this move right here, that's just a grown man move, Chuck.
Yes, it is.
It's usually going to be Tristan Thompson.
53-35, and LeBron with the great look inside to JR.
You know, a lot of people
And we take another look at it. Check it out.
A lot of people ask how come JR wasn't doing this in New York. He wasn't as comfortable. You know, if you make a cut like that, LeBron will get it to you.
Well, he
100 out of 100 times.
He didn't do that in New York. He didn't have LeBron James on team.
That's what I just said.
Well, no, that's not what you said.
That is what I said. I said when you make a cut, LeBron, Chuck, keep it up. I know it's the last thing, but I'll put these paws on you now.
LeBron nearly averaged a triple-double for the series. He was dominant, and the Cavs were just dominant rebounding and defensive-wise, and basically in every department. Killed him from the three-point line in the course of the series. And Tristan Thompson, they just could not handle him.
And Ernie, this is the best type of team to play for when the ball is hot like that, especially when your leader is 1,000% unselfish and get you the ball right here. LeBron, it's his time. I'm so happy for Cleveland.
23-9-7 LeBron finishes with, and then Matthew Dellavedova.
Dellavedova for president, baby.
Oh,
you know,
God.
Ernie, the main thing, I'm happy for the city of Cleveland, man. It's had some tough years, and I understand why LeBron came back here. I was one of the guys who criticized me, left the first time, but this is just great for the city of Cleveland.
Well, he's back. They're back. Guy's been there 5 straight times. He's the Chris Angel, Harry Houdini, playing without Kevin Love and an injured Kyrie Irving basically throughout this playoffs, and to get this team to the NBA Finals, unbelievable, Chuck. I mean, to me, this is his best accomplishment in all of his runs, in my estimation.
I think I probably would agree with that, with no Kevin and Kyrie being banged. But, you know, they did get a break here.
Yeah.
They did with Pau Gasol getting hurt. They were down 2-1 when he started missing games. The Bulls were up in that series, so they got a nice break there. But as we had said going in, the Chicago-Cleveland, that was the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, Atlanta got a break with John Wall getting hurt, but going into the playoff, me and Kenny both picked the Bulls. So when they played the Cavaliers, that was the Eastern Conference Finals realistically.
You know what I like about this moment, guys? You know, we all grew up on great sports stories, Muhammad Ali's story, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's story. If this kid wins for this town, this will probably have to be a top 10 story. Guy grew up here, left, criticized, learns how to win somewhere else, comes back here and wins for the city of Cleveland after the drought.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, and this is funny. Shaq and I were talking about this. This is the only time that you miss playing.
Yes.
When you see the intensity
Yes, right here.
and you see the awards being given out and the confetti dropping.
And you see Ernie come down and hand out the trophy.
That's the only time you miss it.
Another kiss, Ernie.
Larry Nance gave out the trophy.
No, but it's the only time you miss it because that's when you realize the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And you remember the camaraderie that you had with your players and your teammates. That's why, not a plug, but I can't wait to see the June 8th documentary on that Clutch City because it will bring back those memories again that I'm missing right now.
But this thing to me, though, Arnie, this is about the city of Cleveland. LeBron, when he came into the NBA, it brought life to this city that they've never seen before. And he had 8 amazing years here, and this city lived and died. Because what are the chances of an all-time great being born in your city
and play for your city?
And he's that good.
Team. This is a movie right
There are
here.
a lot of great players.
It's a movie.
There are a lot of good players who play in their city. But to be a top all-time great and be able to lift, oh my God, Shaq don't look that good in that picture.
Ernie, I knew you were black, Ernie. I knew you were black, Ernie.
But for a guy to be this great, to be born in this city,
Chuck.
and this team hasn't won
Ernie.
in over 50 years when Jim Brown won a championship here. If this guy, and I agree with Kev, this guy able to do this will be one of the greatest accomplishment in basketball history.
Meantime, for the Hawks, the last #1 seed to be swept in the playoffs, the Detroit Pistons in 2003, swept by the Nets in the Eastern Conference Final. Pistons won the NBA title the following year.